Power doesn't begin with a speech. It begins with a feeling in the room that something just shifted when you arrived. Heads turn, voices drop, and people start measuring themselves against you without knowing why. That's not hype, that's architecture. And today, you're going to build it. Most people confuse influence with noise. They pile on facts, volume, and effort, then wonder why nothing moves. Machiavelli would smirk. He knew the strongest moves are the ones no one registers as moves. You don't push harder, you remove resistance. You don't argue longer, you define the terms so the argument collapses on its own. And when you act once, so cleanly that the echo keeps working while you rest. Here's the uncomfortable part. People don't follow truth. They follow certainty. They follow the person who makes indecision expensive and clarity feels safe. If your presence does that, you win without lifting your voice. If it doesn't, you will always be negotiating from the floor. So we're going to rewire how you show up, how you speak, how you disappear, and how you let your reputation do work so you don't have to. Start with this. You are not here to impress. You are here to impose structure. That means stripping away the reflex that keeps selling. No more chatter to fill silence. No more nervous justification. No more explaining your why 10 different ways. Breathe lower. Slow your pace by 20%. Let your sentences land without apology. Watch how silence starts to bend people toward you. It will feel like magic. It isn't. It's physics. There's a line you'll use all the time. That's not the real issue. You'll say it calmly, then present the frame that makes debate irrelevant. The choice isn't A or B. The choice is speed or certainty. We're not arguing numbers. We're arguing ownership. When you name the right battlefield, you choose the weapons, the terrain, and the clock. Most people never recover from that because they never realize the fight moved. You're going to cultivate mystery, but not the Hollywood kind, not theatrics, not the costume of depth. Mystery in power is simply the absence of predictability. You answer slower than they expect. You decline minor requests you used to accept. You show up at different times with the same calm. People can't map you, so they can't game you. They become cautious, then deferential, then loyal, not out of love, but out of relief. You are the fixed point. Now the first hidden weapon, uncertainty, not yours, theirs. Let people wonder what you know, what you see, what you're willing to do. You do this by showing less than you notice. Ask one pointed question and stop talking. What breaks if we wait? Who benefits if this fails? What's the part of the story we're leaving out? Then let the silence do the surgery. They will fill it with information you would have begged for last year. Second weapon, selective absence. If they can consume you like tap water, they won't value you. You will appear when it matters and vanish when it doesn't. Your calendar becomes a gate, not a sponge. Your replies are measured. Your presence is earned. When you return, the room pays attention because scarcity teaches attention. Absence is not pouting, it's positioning. It says, I am not a background resource. I am an event third weapon, clean edges, no over-explaining, no soft landings on hard lines. When you say no, say it once. When you set a boundary, enforce it without a speech. We don't do that here. Not acceptable. This changes now. The weaker you phrase it, the more you'll repeat it. The stronger you phrase it, the fewer times you have to. People remember edges. They forget fog. Fourth weapon, invisible enforcement. When a line is crossed, you don't perform anger. You don't threaten. You don't make noise. You make a decision. Access disappears, a project moves, a door quietly closes. No spectacle, no vendetta, no gossip. They won't see the knife, only the wound, and the space around you will learn faster than any lecture could teach. Fifth weapon, reputation in the wild. A rumor is a courier you don't have to hire. Seed short, sharp truths that you are willing to live by. She is precise. He doesn't repeat himself. They protect their people, then behave so consistently that the whisper becomes a law. Your name starts walking into rooms before you do. People who have never met you begin adjusting themselves to your imagined standards. That is power you don't have to maintain. With effort, you're going to hear an inner protest. Isn't this manipulation? Number manipulation is tricking people into doing what hurts them. This is design. You're removing chaos, rewarding competence, punishing breaches, and building predictability. Human beings ache for certainty. Give them a structure that doesn't humiliate them, and you will be shocked how easily they choose to follow. Here's how you anchor it in your body. Stand like decisions don't rush you. Shoulders back, chin level, hands still. Blink slower than you feel. The moment you feel triggered, hold your breath for 1 count, then exhale longer than you inhaled. No one will notice the technique. They'll only notice that the room speeds up while you slow down. That contrast becomes a magnet. You need scenarios, not slogans. Consider the meeting hijacker, the one who interrupts to score points. Old you jumps in, fights for airtime, spends the rest of the call leaking authority. New you lets them finish, then resets the frame in a sentence. Hold. 2 things. What's the decision and who owns it? The room snaps back to order, and the hijacker learns a quiet lesson. You decide the tempo. Later, you speak to them privately. Don't do that again. 10 words. Pattern set. Consider the chronic delayer, the one who promises, stalls, smiles. You've been nudging, reminding, bleeding attention. Stop. You remove their optionality. This either ships Friday or reassigns Monday. No anger, no debate. A fork in the road with dates on it. If they deliver, you praise in public. Handled pressure. Close loops. If they don't, you move the work and let the silence do the teaching. Everyone else receives the memo without you sending one. Consider the person who tries to bait you into public conflict. They thrive on spectacle. You deny them oxygen. You say, not here. Then you move the conversation to a room with a door. You are not afraid of confrontation. You are allergic to performance. Behind the door, you are exact. Here's the behavior. Here's the consequence. Here's what happens next. That rhythm, name, consequence, next, becomes your standard beat. You're going to start pre-framing interactions. Before you enter a room, write 1 sentence in your notes. The outcome, not the speech, the outcome. Walk out with a decision. Secure ownership of yigs. Kill the low impact option. If the conversation drifts, you bring it back. We're off topic. The outcome today is X. People will test the firmness of your steering exactly once. When they realize you hold the wheel without ego, they relax. Most people are tired of wandering. Give them roads. Now the internal war. You will want to explain yourself, to be liked, to prove you're reasonable. That urge is the tax you've been paying. Stop paying it. Reasonable is not verbose. Reasonable is clear. You can be kind without being available to chaos. You can be warm without being malleable. In fact, warmth without edges invites contempt. Controlled warmth invites loyalty. Compliment in public. Protect your people loudly. Enforce lines quietly. That blend Steel and sunlight creates a climate others don't want to leave. Your words are going to shorten. The fewer you use, the more they weigh. Replace, I just think maybe we should consider, with, we're doing X because Y. Next step is Z. Replace, sorry for the long message, with silence and a crisp paragraph. Replace, I feel like, with, I observe. These are not cosmetic changes. They recalibrate how your voice lands inside other people's nervous systems. Train scarcity without cruelty. You will not jump on every request, every message, every ping. You will teach people that your attention is valuable by treating it that way yourself. When someone tries to pull you into a problem that isn't yours, you say, that's not on my desk. No apology. When a meeting has no owner, you pass. No owner, no meeting. You are not arrogant. You are finite. Finite things are precious. Let's talk alliances. You will be generous on purpose. You will help in ways that are expensive for you to fake and easy for you to sustain. Introductions that matter. Clarity in chaos. Cover when it counts, but you will not become emotionally indebted. If someone keeps taking and keeps leaking, you tighten access. If someone is loyal under pressure, you expand it. People reveal themselves when the tide goes out. Keep a ledger, not for revenge, for navigation. Betrayal will come. Expect it, not with paranoia, but with posture. You will watch for the tiny shifts. The message that used to arrive in minutes now lands in hours. The mention you should have received is forgotten. The new alliance forms without your name in it. You will not accuse. You will prepare. Options open. Dependencies shrink. When the turn finally shows its face, you are already safe. You won't need fury. You'll need a calendar invite to move the work elsewhere. Your mornings will reset power, not with hype, with ritual. 10 minutes of stillness before the flood. 3 questions on paper. Where did I hold the frame yesterday? Where did I lose it? What is the smallest lever that makes today's chaos irrelevant? Smallest, not grandest. If you pull one perfect lever daily, the compounding effect looks like sorcery from the outside. You're going to practice deliberate unpredictability in one small domain each week. Change your default yes to a calm no on minor asks. Delay a reply you would have rushed. Reschedule an unowned meeting, not to play games, but to uncouple other people's nervous systems from the expectation that you are always available, always agreeable, always immediate. Predictability breeds entitlement. Entitlement erases leverage. You are training the opposite. There's a sentence that ends more conflict than any argument. Here's what happens if we do nothing. Paint the cost of delay in simple, hard terms. Money, time, reputational drag. People are more moved by what they stand to lose than by what they might gain. You will use that truth ethically to snap groups out of drift and into decision. Then you'll follow it with the antidote. Here's the smallest move that breaks the bottleneck. When you reward, do it where others can see. Name the exact behavior. Held composure under pressure. Delivered clarity, not noise. Closed loops without reminders. When you correct, do it quietly and precisely. This missed the deadline. That won't happen again. If it repeats, you don't repeat the talk. You change the situation. Systems teach faster than speeches. You're going to stop narrating your growth. No posts about grind. No announcements about boundaries. Just arrival. One day, your schedule is a fortress. One day, your sentences are clean. One day, you stop being accessible by default. People will ask what changed. You will smile and keep moving. Mystery does more for momentum than explanation ever will. Now, the paradox: to become formidable, you must feel everything and display little. You are not a statue. You are a furnace with a door on it. Anger becomes timing. Shame becomes data. Fear becomes preparation. You let the emotion pass through. Then you act when it serves the outcome. That's emotional distance, not suppression, not expression, conversion. There will be pushback. They will call you cold when you stop leaking attention. They will call you arrogant when you stop over explaining. They will call you controlling when you start setting frames. Let them talk. You are not here to win adjectives. You are here to produce outcomes, and nothing silences adjectives like outcomes. If you feel a relapse into old habits, use the reset phrase, not now. You don't have to win every moment. You have to win the ones that set patterns. Pattern beats performance. One ruthless enforcement of a line prevents a dozen future negotiations. One perfect no protects 100 future yeses. One clean decision saves a month of drift. Let's make this concrete for the next 7 days. You will remove apology words from your speech. Just, maybe, I think, sorry for the long message. You will pre-frame every meeting with a single outcome sentence. You will reward one operator publicly for a behavior you want multiplied. You will carve 1 hour of tactical solitude with no device, no content, only a page and the 3 questions. Do those 4 moves and watch how quickly the air around you changes. After that week, you will choose 2 levers to institutionalize. Perhaps it's no owner, no meeting, and 1 decision per meeting. Perhaps it's public praise, private correction. Perhaps it's reply in batches, not drips. You will teach these silently by repeating them. Culture is repetition with consequences. There will be opportunities to flex loudly. You won't. You will choose elegance over noise. You will choose silence that rearranges rooms over speeches that exhaust them. When you strike, it will be once. It will be final, and you will not explain it to spectators. You are not building a fan club. You are building gravity. If you're waiting for permission, look around. No one is coming. The advantage is precisely that nothing is owed to you. When you assume nothing, you design everything. You set the frame. You decide the tempo. You define the outcome. And when people breathe easier in your structure than outside of it, they will choose you voluntarily, predictably, permanently. This is the hidden curriculum of power. You won't find it in big speeches or motivational posters. You'll find it in the quiet person who walks in, says little, moves 1 lever, and leaves a different organization behind them. That can be you, not in a year, not after a transformation montage, today, with small, exact moves that compound. So ask yourself now, what's the lever that makes 10 other moves irrelevant? Whose respect matters because their silence swings the room? Answer those, act on them, and then stop talking. Let your structure speak. You don't have to demand obedience. You don't have to manufacture fear. You have to become the clearest path through the chaos. People will follow because it costs them less not to. That is the quiet victory Machiavelli understood. That is the level of play you begin today.